Oh wow, a parol. Have you ever seen a parol? It's a popular holiday decoration in the Philippines. It's usually made out of bamboo or colored paper, but it can also be made out of glass or even shells. Let's make one together. Here are the supplies we'll need. Bamboo sticks, or in Tagalog, kawayan, rubber bands, in Tagalog, goma, glue, in Tagalog, pandikit, tissue paper, in Tagalog, PAPEL, scissors, in Tagalog, gunting. So the first thing we're going to do is take 2 of our bamboo sticks and we're going to tie the ends together with a rubber band. Then we're going to have something like this. We're going to take 2 more and do the same thing. It helps me when I label the bamboo stick so I know what to tie together next. So as you can see, there are 2 right on top of each other. The one on the back is going to be labeled number 1. The one in front of it is 2. Same with the next one. The one in the back is 3. And the one on the front is 4. And then we're going to have a 5th stick. And one side is going to be 5. And the other is going to be 6. And then what we do now is we put 2 behind number 3, and then we're going to tie those together. So 2 and 3 have to be tied together. And then it turns into a W. These 2 in the middle, we're going to cross over like this. And then we're gonna weave this other stick underneath and through. And then as you can see, number 1 and 5 are gonna meet and we're gonna tie those together. And then on this side, number 4 and number 6 are gonna meet and we're gonna tie those together. And then the good thing about the bamboo sticks is that they are very flexible. So we're just gonna make it form a star. And we know it's a good looking star when there's a pentagon in the middle, and you can kind of adjust it until the pentagon has equal sides, just like that. So now I'm gonna do the same with the other sticks because we need 2 stars. So again, we're just gonna kind of reshape it until a star is formed. And again, the middle will have a pentagon, and that's how you know the star is going to be the right shape. So as you can see, when I let go, it kind of loses its shape. So it's important for us at this point to put some glue right here on the inner points. And I'm just going to use my glue gun. So I'm just going to position it in the right position. And my hot glue gun is ready to go. I'm just going to put some glue right on the points. Alrighty, so when you are done gluing, you'll have both sides of your parol ready. And now we have to put the pegs that'll connect the 2 sides. You can buy pegs of wood, but I found that you can actually buy these paper straws. They're pretty strong. As you can see, they don't bend very easily like a normal straw. And you can cut them because they're made out of paper. So what I'm going to do is take my ruler and I'm going to measure 2.5 inches. And that is how big my pegs are going to be. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to cut these. Okay. Once you cut them, you will need 5 pegs, and we are going to put them on the inner points of one of our stars. And so we're going to take our glue gun, we're going to put a dab of glue, and then we're going to stick the peg in the glue. And then I like to reinforce the sides because I really want the pegs to stay in place. And the good thing about hot glue is that it dries pretty quickly, But while the peg is drying, I like to hold it in place just so we know it stays up straight. So I'm just gonna keep doing this with all of the inner points. Okay, I just finished putting the last peg on the inner point, and as you can see, they are all stuck and they're standing up straight, and that's gonna be important when we put the other star on. So now, since we made them at the same time and they're pretty much the same, all of the points should meet with the pegs. So now we're just going to put glue on these inner points of this other star, and then we will put the pegs in place. And you might have to hold it in place for a little bit. But again, the good thing about hot glue is that it dries pretty quickly. And while it's drying, I also like to go in and reinforce the sides of the pegs just to make sure it stays in place. All right, so now both sides of the parol are glued together. And as you can see, we are very close to making the frame of the parol. All we need to do now is connect all of the points. So we're going to need 5 more rubber bands, and we will simply rubber band all the points together. This is a really fun project, especially if you have a big family of kids. Everyone can kind of work together. It takes a while, it takes a lot of effort, but I found that making a parol is actually very forgiving. If you make a mistake or if there are any imperfections, it's actually pretty easy to cover up. You'll see when we decorate it, you can hide any mistakes and it'll still come out pretty. So we did it. All 5 points of this star are connected, and we have the base of the parol ready. Okay. So in order to put tissue paper on our parol, this is the tricky part. I like to start with the edges because then we can hide it with the front. So you're just gonna need some glue. I actually prefer a glue stick. I did try this with white, just liquid glue, and it really doesn't need it because the tissue paper sticks really easily. So just some plain school glue is good enough. What I'm gonna do is put glue here on the front edge and on the back edge of a corner. And what I've done is I've cut the tissue paper into strips, and I am going to lay it on the edge, and then I'm going to fold it down so that the tissue paper lies flat on the front of the stick. And then you will have some excess tissue paper, which is okay. We're gonna cut that off. And don't worry if it starts to look a little messy. Remember, it will be easy to fix. Now I'm gonna take my scissors and just cut off some of the excess paper. And then we're gonna cut off the excess on the sides as well. Gonna flip it over and cut off the extra paper on the sides. So you're gonna have one piece like this. And then we're gonna cover the other end. Again, just put glue on the front part of this stick. And then lie your tissue paper flat. And then fold it over the edge. And it's okay to have some extra tissue paper because we're just gonna cut that off. And then use your scissors to cut off the extra paper. As you can see, you cover up the edge here, and then it's important to kind of overlap so that there isn't any space. But again, don't worry about the edges because we're gonna cover that right up. So I'm just gonna keep working on these edges. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is just cover the front and the back of this star. What we're gonna do is use our glue stick and put glue on the front of the sticks, I like to start with the middle, and then with your big sheet of tissue paper, just lay it on top. But try to make it kind of straight, and you're just gonna push down on the sticks here where you had the glue so that the paper will stick. Try to get out any wrinkles, but it's okay if there are some wrinkles. So now the middle part is glued down. We're gonna lift up one corner. We're gonna put glue on the corner here. And we're gonna bring the paper down. We're gonna do the next corner. And we're just gonna do this with all 4 points of the star. You know, my family actually has a real puddle that we hang up outside during the holidays. It's made out of a thicker type of plastic, and it lights up really nicely on our front porch. My mom got it for us in the Philippines years ago. And you can put a light in these puddles. You'll just have to figure out how to keep it in there and turn it on and off. Okay, so there we go. The tissue paper is stuck to the front. We're just gonna go around and cut off the excess paper. I like to leave about maybe ½ inch around that we can use to glue it down and have a clean edge. Once you've cut all the excess paper off, I like to go in the corners here and make a little slit. This will help us fold down the edges. So just cut until you get to the center of the star and go all the way around. And now we can go in and add glue on the edges, on the back of the paper, the extra paper, and then we'll fold it down. And as you can see on the front, it'll be a nice clean edge. You can just put some glue on the extra paper here on the edge, and then you can just fold it over. And then you'll have a nice clean edge, and you can add more glue if you need. Let's do it again with this side here. Just add some glue to the excess paper, and then we're gonna fold it over like that. And remember, don't worry if it's not perfect. We will hide our mistakes and imperfections later. I'll show you one more time over here on this edge. You can put some glue and then fold it over. And I'm just gonna keep going around the star and then do the same on this other side. Okay, so now we have the front and the back and the sides of the puddle all covered in tissue paper. That was the hardest part, honestly. Now is the fun part. We get to decorate. I think one of the fun things about the puddle is the tail that you can put on. So I'll show you how to make the tail. So my tails are going to be white. And you're just gonna need 2 pieces of tissue paper. And they start off as a square, but we're gonna fold it into a triangle. We're gonna fold it diagonally again into a smaller triangle. Fold it again. And then fold it one more time into a smaller triangle. And this is where we're going to draw all the places we're gonna cut. So here at the tip is just a small semicircle because we do need a hole. And then maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches above that, we're gonna draw a line, but not go all the way across. About 1.5 to 2 inches above that. Draw another line, but do not go all the way across. And then another line above that. And then another line above that. And as you can see, they are alternating in direction. And that kind of gives it the kind of flowy effect. And there we go. We have all of the lines that we need. Now I'm just gonna cut where I drew the lines. So up here, I'm going to cut this circle out. And then I'm going to cut only up to the point because we don't want to cut through the tail. Otherwise our tail will be short. So just cut back and forth. And then down here. Okay, and then now it will look like this. Very carefully, we will open our tail. And here's the hole because we cut a semicircle. And we're just gonna loop it around one of the points. So we're going to put some glue here on the point of the star on the front and the back on the sides as well. And then we're going to take our tail where the hole is. We'll put the point right through the hole. It's okay if it's a little big because then we'll just wrap it around. And it should stick to the glued point and we'll hold it in place. And here's the one tail of our parol. So here are the two tails of our parol. So now let's finish decorating. Now I'm gonna take some green tissue paper and it's in a rectangular form. I'm going to fold it in half, lengthwise. And then I'm going to cut it into maybe 5 or 6 inch lengths. So now it's gonna be like this, but it's folded over. Along the folded edge, I'm just going to cut a slit about every half an inch or so. And this will give the points a nice frill texture. And let's put some glue on the point. And then with our tissue paper, we're just gonna go around. So remember, this is a way to hide any of the imperfections. You do have to be kind of gentle with it because the tissue paper is pretty fragile. All right, so now here's how the point will look once we put the frill on top. And again, you can use any color tissue paper that you want. I'm just gonna keep going and I'm gonna put it on all points. Okay, so now all points of the star have the green frills on the points and it's coming together. Now let's just finish decorating the front. You can decorate it however you want. For my green parol, I just cut up some pieces of tissue paper and I crumpled it up into tiny little balls and then I glued it all across the sides. You can do that, or I actually have some special stickers. These are some awesome Filipino stickers that I'm going to use to decorate my parol. Other things I have is this washi tape. And as you can see, this is so awesome. It says Maligayang Pasko, which means Merry Christmas. And there's even some parols on there. I love this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use it to decorate the edges of my parol. So I'm gonna cut here. And the good thing about washi tape is that if it's in a spot where you don't like it, you can take it off and it won't mess up your project. I'm just gonna keep putting some washi tape on the edges. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the parol sticker here. And I'm just gonna put it right in the middle. I think it is the most fitting sticker. And it'll go right there. Look at that. And it really pops on our red tissue paper. I love it so much. Okay, let's see what other stickers we can put on there. I love this jeepney. Let's go ahead and find a place for this. I'm going to put it right here on this point. And the jeepney even says finesse. Look at that. Let's see, let's go ahead and start and put this other sticker that says mahal kita, which means I love you. Let's put it right here on top. This is halo halo. In the summertime, my family loves making halo halo. It's like an iced drink, and you just put a bunch of stuff in there. You can put like gelatin cubes, some ice cream, leche flan, condensed milk, and then you mix it all together, and it's so nice and refreshing. Let's see, we still have 2 more points. What else can we put here? Let's put this proud Filipino sticker. I think that would be a great addition. Let's put it right down here. Again, this is a really good way to cover up any imperfections on your parol. And last but not least, oh, there are so many good ones to choose from, but let's go ahead and use our ube bay sticker. And we have plenty of other stickers for another project. And that'll go right here. And we did it. I love how beautiful our parol is. I love all the colors of the stickers. They really do show the great culture of the Philippines. And the washi tape is so unique with the Maligayang Pasko. And then just look at how colorful everything is. The white tail really pops against the red and the green. All we have to do now is hang it up. Alrighty, so all I did was tie a piece of string at the top, and now it's ready to hang up. As you can see, it did take a little bit of time and effort, but making a parol is pretty forgiving, and you can hide any imperfections with any of the decorations you want to add at the end. So I'm gonna go hang up my parol. I hope you enjoy the holidays with your family. Paalam! Hi everyone, just a special shout out to 2 Filipino-American companies. First to Cambio Co for my earrings and for my bracelet. These are the Margarita pearl earrings, and this is the Kalayaan bracelet. Cambio Co has pieces that are made by Filipino artisans in the Philippines, and they are promoting sustainable livelihood for people in the Philippines. So please feel free to support them and visit their website for more cool items like these. Also, thank you to Le Petit Elephant by Genevieve Santos, who makes super cool stickers like these. As you can see, they really highlight the Filipino pride. Here's a parol, also some ube jam, and other cool Filipino cultural items. And of course, this cool washi tape. She has so many other items as well. Make sure to check it out on her Instagram and her website for more items. Paalam!